Hey, what's up guys? This is the IbanezObsession, and you can look at the title of this video. It's finally here. The 500 subscribers special. Long awaited by some of you by pretty much, it's about 3 days, 4 days late, but I'm going to make it up to you. And this is, I'm going to do it a bit differently. This isn't a, roulette battle, metronome battle. No, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to tell you guys about me, really. My opinions on everything Pokemon. Anything. You guys have probably been waiting for all 8 months. Some of you guys that have been with me from the very beginning, you've always wanted to know some of these questions. And I'm going to answer them. It's not like a Q&A or anything. They're split into topics. I'm probably going to give the times to each topic in the description, so you can just skip to certain parts if you want to. It shouldn't be too long of a video, but if it gets to be that long, then I'll definitely put those in. Okay, so basically, everybody wants to know, Ibanez, what are your top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time? And again, you know me, my mood can change on things, but this is one of the things that probably will stay for quite a long time. So, my number 10 favorite Pokemon is Azumarill. Now, Azumarill is number 10 for probably the biggest reason. My memory of when I first started playing, I think Pokemon Emerald, yeah, that's right. It was around Fire Red Emerald. I can't even remember it, though. That's the disappointing part. I feel like I got Emerald first, though. Yeah, okay. I got Emerald first. That was my first ever Pokemon game, so I came in a little bit late. My friend from next door had either Gold or Silver. I don't remember. It was one of the second-gen games. And I used to watch him play it a lot, and I never really got into it until Ruby and Sapphire came out, and then one of my other neighbors got it, who was also my next door neighbor. He got Ruby, and I was like, I don't know, I was like not interested in it at the time or something. We did have trading cards though. If there was one thing that we had then, if I didn't have the game, it was the trading card game. See, this was the old school trading card game. This is where everybody was trying to get, what was that? Ancient Mew, I think it was. That was like the biggest collectible card, and if you had Ancient Mew, you were like instantly popular. I'm actually going to have to Google that right now to see if that was really it. Yeah, it was like the most famous Pokemon card of the time. It's like however much it is now. On eBay, it's like $100. And it was really popular. I remember I had one, and one of my neighbors had one, and we were like obsessing over this thing. We thought it was like our savior or something like that. It was amazing. But yeah, that's where back to where Azumarill came from. When I actually did get Emerald, my friend and I used to battle, and this wasn't competitive battling, really. This was like, we had no idea about anything. There was, like, no EVs. We didn't know anything about that. I don't think I learned what EVs were until, like, I think, like, last year. I don't think I even knew what they were until then. It took me forever. I didn't know what IVs were until last year either. And we used to battle, and he had his favorite Pokemon to use on his team was Azumarill, and we always had the best battles. I mean, we had like level 100s, we had like beaten the game, we were having so much fun just like battling and stuff. Man, if I find my Emerald game, I will if I can just find my Emerald, I know it's around here somewhere, I will record the battle I had against him, the last one I ever recorded. If it's still on there, I know it's got to be. I know it's on there. I will find the battle that I had against him, because I know it's somewhere on there, somewhere saved on there. I know it is. But yeah, he used to use Azumarill, so that's why it just brings back memories when I hear Azumarill's name. And next Pokemon on list number 9, definitely Licky Licky. The thing is just, I find it hilarious. Licky Licky is just, it's just Licky Licky. It has a humongous tongue. Not much else to say about it. I just found it to be a really funny Pokemon, so I was like, alright, I like this thing now. And, you know, Belly Dance, if anybody remembers my original battles, I used to use that thing so much. It was on, I think if I look back through my RU battles, and I actually, like, count, like, the Pokemon's usage of how much I used a Pokemon in all of my battles, I bet Licky Licky will be the number 1 Pokemon I've ever used. Just because I used it in so many battles. I just love the thing. It was like my favorite wall to use in general. And that's how I got off of Licky Licky. It was just amazing. And next Pokemon, number 8, Lapras. And Lapras is one of my favorites because it's just a really chill Pokemon. I mean, it's an ice type, but other than that, it's just like, I mean, it's just hanging around there. It's just really cool with everything, you know? I mean, if I had a Lapras, I would go sail the seas. I would just go out there. That's my boat right there. I would just ride a Lapras like all the way to England. Because, you know, I live in America and stuff. But, yeah, that'd be awesome if I had a Lapras. I can just imagine that. Just going places. I'd be like, all the kids would be jealous of me. I'd be like, man, I got my Lapras. What you got? Your $2,000 boat? No, the Lapras is the way to go. And, it's a Lapras. Number 7, Blaziken. And I'm not one for liking Blaziken in competitive battling. I don't really think it's that great of a Pokemon as far as battling goes. But the actual fact that Blaziken, or Torchic actually, Torchic was my first ever starter out of any Pokemon game. I just had to pick that one to put in my favorites. It only makes sense. And I just thought the design was cool. I mean, it's got like flames on its wrists, and it's just beast. So yeah, I don't really like it for competitive battling, but for actual, like, the game itself, like in-game, I loved it. Because, again, it was my first starter ever. So, gotta love Blaziken. And number 6, Gligar. I got a long story on Gligar. I'm gonna shorten it up, though. Gligar is the purple Pokemon. It is the most manly Pokemon out there because it's purple. It is just, there's not much to say about Gligar. It's just like, I mean, I do say I have a long story and then I say there's not much to say about it. But it's hard to explain why I just started loving Gligar. I just thought Gligar was like, it's just amazing, you know? You can't really judge Gligar. It's purple. It's man color. In fact, that was one of my nicknames for my old RU stall team. Man, I remember that. That was awesome. When you think about it, that RU team, that was when I first started to get good at the game. I wasn't like screwing around anymore. I actually knew what I was doing. Man color. It was the best. And really cool Pokemon, I guess. Number 5, Celebi. And we all know that I pretty much exclusively use bulky, nasty plot Celebi. In fact, I have it on a ton of my teams. It's one of my most widely used Pokemon. Celebi is just really cool. And finding it funny that Dialga is actually my favorite legendary of 4th gen because it kind of stole Celebi's role, because Celebi is supposed to be like, you know, the time controller, the time traveler and stuff like that. And then Dialga kind of stole the role as the time Pokemon, you know, controller of time and stuff. Which is why I find it funny that I like Dialga, because you'll find one of the Pokemon that I have in my list. Like, some of the 5th gen Pokemon, they were kind of knockoffs, really, of the older Pokemon. There's a lot that were really knockoffs. I don't really like that, but, you know, I guess that's the way the game is. There's some ones that are kind of new, though. But, I mean, you know, Drillbur, it's a Sandshrew. What else is there? Woobat, it's just a knockoff of Zubat. If anything, Swoobat should be like the 4th evolution of Crobat or something weird like that and just give it better stats. But there's a lot of Pokemon that just kind of got knocked off. You know, got stolen and stuff. But Celebi, as far as it goes, is amazing, and it's green. It's the, like, okay, I don't ever talk about some opinions of mine. I talk a lot about some of my opinions of mine, but some of them, for instance, nature, I am obsessed with it. I will go outside and I will stare at a plant for however long, and I'll just study it. And, I don't know. I just love nature. It's just one of those things about life that I really enjoy. And Celebi is kind of one of those nature Pokemon that just really interests me. So that's why Celebi's in there, and Celebi is also really cool. And number 4, Sandslash. Everybody knows that Sandslash used to be like everything for me. Sandslash was just up there. Sandslash was just epic. I mean, Sandslash all day, and I forget why I started really liking Sandslash. I just liked its design, really. I mean, it's like a hedgehog kind of thing, and it's got, you know, the spikes and stuff, and one of my favorite defensive walls to use in lower tiers. It's got really high defenses, well, physically. Good HP, good physical defense. I really like it, and it's just a nice Pokemon in general. I just think it's really cool. That's kind of all I can say about Sandslash, which is funny because there's some things that I've said about a lot of other Pokemon that aren't as high as Sandslash, but I just really like Sandslash. Number 3, and people are going to be a little bit disappointed about this. Pidgeot. Pidgeot used to be my number 1 favorite of all time. Back when I first did RU, it was my number 1 favorite for like 5 months. Actually, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be around 7 months before I finally switched it up a bit. Might have been more, actually. Maybe almost 8 months. But Pidgeot, it's just so elegant. I mean, you can look at the picture right in front of you, and Pidgeot is just... It's got all the rainbows, and, you know, it's just awesome. You know, flies around, creating peace, and, you know, I don't know. Yeah, Pidgeot's amazing. But it's not my number 1 anymore, and a lot of people might be asking that, and also how it got knocked off of number 2 as well. But I'll have to, also, actually, Pidgeot, or Pidgey, was the first Pokemon I ever caught. So that's why another reason why people might be wondering why it's not my number 1, but I'll have to explain that in a minute. So, moving on to number 2, Lucario. Lucario in the Mystery of Mew was one of the, I think it had been like 9-10 months of watching Pokemon on TV. Like, that's when I really got into Pokemon, was Hoenn region. And I watched stuff like, I think I got into it like the end of Advanced Challenge, and then Advanced Battle came out. And Lucario and the Mystery of Mew came out during Advanced Battle. So it had the Advanced Battle theme to it and stuff. Battle Frontier, I remember I was so obsessed with it. It was like summertime, and I would just wake up every Saturday. I would just sit there and I would just watch Battle Frontier. I loved it. I just remember that. That's another one of those memory things that I remember. Pretty much. but yeah, Advanced Battle was pretty much when I started to really enjoy it. So that's why, since Lucario and the Mystery of Mew came out, then definitely got to put Lucario in the number 2 position. And that's kind of why I got passed up by Pidgeot, because the show to me, back in the day, had more meaning than anything else, because it was something that I can just remember as I used to wake up every morning and I would watch. But the newer stuff, like the newer Black and White show, they take too much HD into it, and it, Iris is just stupid. I don't like Silent at all. I watched one episode of Black and White. It was Scare at the Litwick Mansion, I think it was called. That's the only one that I really recently watched, and I just couldn't really bear to watch it. It was just it looked like a movie, really. The HD was ridiculous. The dialogue was garbage. It's just not interesting. But no, 3rd gen, that's when it was great. I mean, of course there's the people that have been around since 1st gen that'll say, yeah, 1st gen was where it's at because it was the original. But 3rd gen was pretty much the last generation to me before it started to really decline. 4th gen, the first few parts of it were all right. Dawn didn't really interest me that much, and Paul was just your standard rival that thought he was so great. He was just a complete jerk. I can't stand Paul. I thought he was stupid. But yeah, Lucario is awesome. Now, the number 1 Pokemon everybody wants to hear. You've been waiting the whole... Has it been like 10 minutes now? You've been waiting... Okay, it's been like 12 minutes. You've been waiting this whole time to hear it. The number 1, Jirachi. Now, Jirachi has more special meaning of any Pokemon to me because the first ever Pokemon movie I owned was Jirachi Wishmaker. I was actually watching it on DVD. I was watching the whole thing, and I just looked back on it, and I'm like... And this is about the time when I was starting to, not like Pidgeot as much. I still love Pidgeot, but I just felt that it really wasn't worthy for number 1. And then I turned to Jirachi, because after watching Jirachi Wishmaker, I thought the actual, Make-A-Wish, that was, my favorite Pokemon song of all time. As far as the movies go, I just love that song. And so that's how Jirachi really came to be. I love the movie, and, definitely Jirachi, number 1. It's just a really awesome Pokemon. The whole idea of it only comes around every millennium. I mean, that's 1,000 years. That's really something to look forward to. And I just thought there's just not much to say about it. It's definitely the most elegant, cool, awesome, any word you can put in. Definitely number 1 for me. And now we can move on from that topic and go on to topic number 2, which would be everybody wants to know my favorite character from the show. Because, you would wonder and stuff like that. But judging by how a lot of the top Pokemon of all time in my list were from 3rd gen, you're probably going to be able to guess that my favorite character from the show is easily May. And I have an explanation for this easily, so people don't say... people have their own opinions. They can say May. Well, I already said May. They can say Misty. They can say Dawn. To me, May was... I don't know. I just thought May was that was when the Pokemon contests were real, and I mean they were keeping it real with the Pokemon contest then. They don't even have Pokemon contests now. They have the stupid musical thing. That just ruined it. I don't know what the heck was up with Nintendo there. Or Game Freak, really. Game Freak has really changed themselves. But May was just there's not really much that I can explain about May as to why she's my favorite. Misty, though, definitely in a close number 2 because, yeah, Misty was the first Pokemon girl, really, and she was a lot more mature than any of the other ones because she was older, pretty much. I mean, she was the gym leader. No other person could hold a light to that. Except for Iris, of course, because, Iris, 8th gym leader, But Iris is just, I don't want to say what I'm gonna say, but I'm not going to, because it's a word that, let's just say I don't use in my videos. So, moving along from that, yeah, Misty definitely in a close number 2 because she was the first, and she was more mature than everyone else. May was... The thing I liked about May was she came with Max, basically. You added the 2 of them together. I mean, you had Ash, May, Max, Brock, all those people that I really began to really enjoy. Definitely. Those were the 4 that I always used to enjoy because it was May and it was Max, you know? It was like they came with 2. I mean, what's not to like about that? And then Dawn to me, like, again, because I started watching, like, Advanced Battle was really when I got into it. And I got on to Diamond and Pearl came out. Oh my gosh, it's been forever since that came out. Was that like late 2006, early 2007? Oh gosh, time passes by too quickly. That's like 4 or 5 years right there. Oh my gosh. But no, Dawn's just a klutz, and she's kind of, I don't know. I don't really know what I can say about Dawn. Just that she didn't really impress me as far as, like, she was just a little kid, really. I mean, yeah, sure, May was young too, but May actually had some opinions of her own, and May was hot. But no, Dawn, she's a little off on the scale, but you know, that's a wrap right there. Wait, is that a wrap? That's a wrap. If I could say a least favorite character from the show, Ash, you suck. Oh my gosh. He is the prime example of a failure at Pokemon. He gets to a new region and he just starts over. He could easily have conquered the entire, like, Pokemon world right now if he took all of his Pokemon with him. At least some of them. I mean, you go, it's like 3 seasons into it, or 3 generations into it. It's the end of Hoenn. Ash battles Gary and his Electivire with Pikachu that's been with him for, like, however long that had been, like 7-8 years, and he gets destroyed. So that was just a complete failure. Oh, Ash, why do you have to be such a noob? I don't like Iris either, but you already know that because Iris is just poo. So, on to the next topic. Yay! Inspirations for competitive battling. I got a lot, really. There's a ton of people that really influenced me to play it. I remember it was late April 2011. So think about it. I've been into competitive battling for almost a year now. Man, time really does go by fast. Holy cow. And yeah, so I've been into it for almost a year now, really. I just never uploaded. And I was starting to get into Pokemon again because my friends and I would, like, bring in our DS to school in the mornings, and because my bus used to get there so early, we used to just hang out in the band room, and we would do Pokemon related stuff. And yeah, No Name 4505, I just uploaded a PM match against him, and again, a guy that I've known for quite a while, and he lives like 2 blocks away from me. I remember one day they had a substitute in band. We were in different band classes. He was in a higher band because I was younger. Because, yeah, if you didn't know, I skipped ahead a grade. That's another long story, but I'm not really going to go into detail about that because this is more of a Pokemon-based thing. And they had a substitute, and it was my lunchtime. So I decided, okay, I'll go in the band room and I'll screw around. So, turns out, Taylor, who had been like... Okay, Landorus. Freaking Landorus. Taylor had like 40 Ultra Balls or something wicked like that. And he still couldn't catch Landorus. He was spending like that whole week, really. He's just like, I'm gonna catch Landorus. And that was crazy. And we would trade. We didn't really battle because we didn't have time in the mornings. And the band director was always like 5 minutes late to band class. And again, we were there like an hour early. So we would just like screw around. And we were like the first people in there. So nobody cared if we were playing Pokemon or anything. They didn't really know. And Taylor would just, mess around, and we would just mess around with everybody, really. We were just playing Pokemon. And, we traded, not really battled. We battled when we were, having like a party or something, Pokemon party. When we were over at like each other's houses or something, we were just like messing around as usual, causing parents problems, the whole deal. And yeah, and then I went on YouTube and I was like, I can't remember. If I were to go through the history on my old computer of the first time I ever searched for anything Pokemon related, I don't know if I would be able to... I don't know. I don't remember what I searched for. I have no idea. Whatever I searched for brought me to one person's channel, The Insane Gamers. And The Insane Gamers, I like instantly became a fanboy. I was so entranced by him. He was such a goofball, and I really found that funny at the time. I was like, look at this kid, he's making Pokemon funny. This is awesome. So I started watching him. Quite a while passed, and then came up the 2,000 subscriber special intro contest, and then I entered myself in with an intro because I was pretty decent at making intros. I figured I would have a chance. I entered in, and I ended up winning the intro contest. I got to be in an LP with him, which we never finished. Still a bit sad about that, but I don't know. He's just been really busy lately. We finished the LP. Why did I just say we finished the LP? We never finished the LP. We started the LP, and I had a battle with him prior to that. I remember the exact day that I sent him a message on YouTube. It was June 18th. I sent him a message on YouTube asking him to battle. Sorry. And he didn't respond at first. So I found him on Skype, and then I added him, and then we eventually had a battle. And then he uploaded our battle, and I was like, again, I was still like a major fanboy of him. I was like, oh my gosh, can I like co-narrate with you? And he's like, sure, that'd be cool. But keep in mind, this was my like first ever competitive battle. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Half the time, really. I really didn't know at all. Wow. And I just battled him. He beat me 4-0, so that was my first Pokemon battle. And, man, was that crazy. Yeah, so we had the battle. I'm actually going to go look through his videos quickly, just because I want to find the actual date of the first battle we actually had, because, first battles are pretty amazing. And let's see here. Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle 71. I think it was 68 was the battle number. Where is it? Is this it? No, that's not it. Was it 65? 66. No. Oh, here it is. 63. Okay, when was this uploaded? June 24th, 2011. This was the debut of my career in competitive battling. It was the first ever battle I had ever had, and this link will be in the description in case you really want to see this. This was real, man. This was the stuff right here. June 24th, first ever competitive battle. Man, if I progressed since then. And I just really got into Luke battling, and yeah, I got in the LP with him, and I got quite a decent amount of subscribers. He really boosted me into it, into the community. And but see, the thing with him is, him and I have kind of different opinions on things now, because he's still in the lower tiers, making a fool of himself, and I've become more of a serious and competitive player, which is completely opposite to what he's done. He's stayed around, and he hasn't really cared much about competitive battling, but I've gone further into competitive battling and became more interested in it. I'm on Smogon quite a few amounts of times. I rate teams. Right now I have 42 posts on Smogon, and I don't even know if he's with Smogon at all, if he even made an account on there. I originally made an account on there for the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder because, the XAT chats were dying. I remember when all the XATs were good. But then they started to kind of die. I mean, I remember I used to go on TPX and Quid for Wi-Fi battles. And then with the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder, people stopped hanging out there. People stopped hanging out there. Kind of like dispersed. And a lot of real stuff happened, I guess, that kind of really changed everything. But, that's just the way things are, I guess. I feel like I've kind of gone into more of a different topic. I'm going to have to name this something other than inspirations. But my inspirations have really changed. First there was Luke, the Insane Gamers. And he inspired me. Next came one of my first friends on YouTube, 649 Ways to Die. He is doing whatever he does now. He's hanging out with people that I don't really hang out with. He used to kick my butt in RU, man. Oh my gosh. I could never beat him. He always beat me. Goodness. I remember he even tried to teach me how to play a little bit of RU, because I was kind of like depressed at the community, and he's like, "Nah, man, I'll help you out." And I spent a bit of time learning it, and I got better at it. And he kind of inspired me to continue and stuff, and if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So yeah, big thumbs up to him. Next, there was people that I started watching on YouTube that got me interested. Because, I know a lot of, people on YouTube and stuff. And I started to watch everybody's videos and, stuff like that. Like, I started to watch Jack with way too many Ks in a 3 when we had our first battle. He's a big lower tier battler. Who else? The funny thing is, I never really got into the Peekaboo until a couple weeks before he actually left the internet. So I can't really say I was completely inspired by him, but he's just one of those guys that had a clean mouth, and that's the thing with me. I like people like that don't need to curse in their narrations they got a better vocabulary than that, And that's with me. So stuff. But recently, the biggest inspiration for me, it really changed me. Wow, man, people have really changed me, though. Faladrin, if anybody remembers his name, he's very close to 2,000 subscribers, but he left the community a couple months ago because he kind of wasn't really interested in Pokemon anymore. And I actually got into talking with him on Skype a little bit ago, and he was talking about how he didn't really like his own videos, which kind of depressed me because I I can say 100%, if I never found him on YouTube, I would not be playing OU right now. And I wouldn't be playing OU any decently at all. I'd be bringing the same Hypno, Special Cobalion stuff that I used to bring to OU. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be interested in playing OU. He got me into playing OU. He got me into 4th Gen. He got me into really anything. And his maturity, respect for the people in the community, and his narrations. If you go to his channel, he uploaded, if you don't know him, he uploaded a team building guide, Pokemon Pit. He uploaded a predictions guide to Project Mosh Pit. If you want to find him, you can go to one of those places. You'll be able to find him easily. He's one of the he used to be one of the official team raiders at Smogon. He had clocked in over 1,000 posts on Smogon. He was an absolute beast at this game. There was nobody that could really, if he made some stupid plays in a match, sure, but if he's playing next level stuff, there's nobody that could stop him. He's beaten Pokeaim MD, he's beaten Penguin X, all of the guys that you hear around Smogon that are like the best of the best. He may not be the best of the best for Pokemon Online because there's a lot of better battlers on there, but for a person with that many subs on YouTube, in my opinion, he's the best. There is nobody that comes close to being better than he is. There's people that have like when he was first getting into the black and white metagame, because he was more interested in Diamond and Pearl, there was people that were a lot better at him and he had to learn a little bit about it. But if you look at his channel and find his most recent battle against Quack Penguin X, it is the most next level predictions, triple layer predictions, the most unbelievable game you are ever going to see in your life. In fact, I'm going to actually link his channel in the description as well. The battle, it just stunned me. There was so much switching. There was so much prediction. There was like 10 points in the battle when I thought either one of them was going to lose. And then it turned out the way it did. And yeah, if you want to see it for yourself, go check it out. Trust me, it is ridiculous. Gosh, like that's what I like to see, is next level stuff like that. But the thing about Faladrin is some people don't like him because he kind of has a monotonous narration. Monotonous. I think it's monotonous. Monotonous narration. And but the thing I like about that is how he explains himself. He is a great teacher. He never made a big deal out of making too many jokes in a battle. That's the thing I like about him. He's so serious, and then every now and then he throws in a random joke. It just makes me laugh so hard whenever I hear him joke around, because his voice, it just sounds so serious all the time, and then he makes a joke. It just makes me crack up laughing the whole time. But no, he just teaches everybody about everything. He's a great contributor to, Smogon. Great person to talk to. When I talk to him on Skype, he's always really modest person. He never talks bad about anybody else, which is ridiculous. I don't know anybody like that. There's always people that are going to get cocky because of their skill at a game. He is a prime example of someone that never will get cocky. So that is Faladrin for you, and he is the prime example of why I play OU today. And wow, how long has this video been going on? This thing has got to be like over 30 minutes long. Hope you guys are like still interested in stuff. Next topic, where I see myself in 2 years. Really, like, there's a lot of people that have left the community. I can name 20 people off the top of my head that have just kind of died out, really. I don't know where they are, but, like, I hope they upload again because they're big people in the community. I mean, people like Dangerous36M haven't uploaded a battle in a while. The Multi-HGW, he kind of left competitive battling. Faladrin left. Penguin X hasn't really uploaded like OU battle in a while. Project Mosh Pit died. DMAC hasn't uploaded a Wi-Fi battle in a while. Everything, it's just getting so messed up. All of these good battlers are just leaving. And, like, I mean, as Faladrin had said to his viewers, he said that he never thought that he would get bored of competitive battling because of all the tiers and stuff. But it turns out he actually did get bored of it. And when he did, it's like, that's the thing, because I don't think I'm going to get bored of it. But just like him, I feel as if there is a time where I'm going to get bored of it. But that time will not be a time too soon. 2 years from now, I can't make any promises, but I can 90% say that I will still be here uploading for you guys, uploading a battle, staying strong, keeping it real, whatever you want to call it. I will still be around to just, just really be there. Because with all the people leaving, this is my time to take advantage of that. Because all the people that left, because there's a lot of people that used to be around in the 4th gen era that was left. But people like Shofu that have been here since, what am I talking about? MTG Xerxes. Big example right there. Xerxes doesn't care about black and white. He doesn't like it at all. He uploads Heart Gold, Soul Silver battles. He's lost a lot of his views. He used to get 30,000 views. He's dropped to 6,000 views. He only has about 18,000 subs. But Xerxes is the pioneer of competitive battling. His first battle, August 2007. Can you believe that? That's almost 5 years right there. An unbelievable feat that I don't know anybody that could have possibly pulled that off other than him. That's just ridiculous. But he's been around and he doesn't really care about what people think as far as black and white. He does what he wants, man. That's why, and Xerxes is also another one of those guys that's really respectful. And I think he's a really cool guy. But no, 2 years from now, I do hope to still be here. Because again, with all the people leaving, I have to take advantage of that and kind of make myself more known to the community. Because, all the people on Smogon that have been there for a while, they're not going to be there forever. I know that some of them are starting to lose interest in the game. And again, they're not going to be here forever. So, this is my time, really, to get people interested in competitive battling and take them with. When I rate teams, because I'm starting to get into rating teams, I'm an aspiring team rater. When I get onto Smogon and I look for a team to rate, and I find one by a person that's brand new to the community, it's his first team, and it's terrible. It reminds me of myself, and I think to myself, this is how it's done. I go and rate the teams by the people that don't know much about it. I help them out, and I get them into the community, because the more people I get into the community, the more people that will still be around. It's just a continuing process. The people that have been around since 4th gen are starting to leave. The people that are just coming in will take over from them, really. The people that are just coming into competitive battling now, they're taking over from those people that are leaving now. So if Pokemon lasts for however long it lasts, this will be a continuing process. Competitive battling will never end. If people keep doing what they're doing, somebody leaves, somebody comes in. That's just the way it's going to be. So just know, even if I leave, there are people that will still be there, that will still upload. And again, I'm not going to leave anytime soon. That's what I'm saying. But if I do end up leaving, there are people that have just come into the community that can put in work. They can do what I've done. They can come up like I've done and improve themselves at the game. And major respect right there for those people that are coming in now. They don't know much yet, but they're about to know. They're about to learn everything. And last topic, I know it's been a very long video. It's been about 40 minutes at least. I just wanted to thank you guys. I'm not really the biggest person for thanking everybody so much, but it really means a lot to me. When I saw that subscriber count hit 500, I was just happy. I was like, see, this is what it's all about. I spent my time on YouTube for one thing only. I want to change the community. I want to prove to everyone that, what do I want to prove? Now I'm making myself sound stupid, but no, I just want to make the community a better place. And, you know, again, there's a lot of people that say the community's dying, but again, there's more people coming in. If we can all join up and get more people to come into the community, this will continue. I mean, just a couple of people that are from my school that I got into competitive battling. Those are the guys of the future. Those are the guys that are going to be in my place if I ever leave in the future. Those are those guys. But just as far as I've gotten after all of this, after all the uploading, after R4's breaking, everything just happening. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. It's just changed. Like everything since the beginning, I realize how far I've come. It's just crazy. I mean, but yeah, my R4 breaking, my mood changing about the tiers, my narration style going all out of whack, getting random hate from people that I kind of deserved because I was being an idiot, getting into arguments with people, almost ruining relationships. My road hasn't been easy at all. It's been tough, just like anybody else's is coming to the community that uploads to YouTube. You have to learn to deal with the hate, because if you don't and you close your account, you're never going to get anywhere. You have to stand up and show that you're stronger than anybody else. You have to show them that that's what it's all about, that staying in the community and caring more about those around you means more to you than somebody just randomly hating on you. Yeah, that 4th gen battle I uploaded about a week ago, it got 19 dislikes out of nowhere. Was I going to take down the video? No, because that's probably 1 or 2 people that just spam dislike it because, I don't know, they wanted to be trolls. But those are 2 people. But the 24 people that liked it, those are the people right there that I'm talking about. All the people that watch my videos, all of those people, they can change the community. All you guys, you can change the community and make it a better place. That's my mission right now, and that's why my narration style's changed. And I'm trying to be a little bit more informative and respectful and less arrogant, anything like that. I want to teach you guys that don't know much about the game yet, some of you guys that have just come to my channel. I want to teach you guys some of the hidden tricks and the tips of the game and get you better at the game so that you can become a much better player, because there are some people that have a natural talent at this game. I know people like that. And it's just the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. And 8 months on here on this channel has definitely taught me a lot about getting stronger and being more in the community and getting more involved. Again, I'm on Smogon, almost at 50 posts on there already. I'm making myself more well known. I want people to know that I'm there and I'm not going to be leaving anytime soon. And that's my message to all you people out there. Just thanking you guys for all the support you've given me and just everything that's happened. It's been rough, but I overcame it. Here I am, hitting 500 subs, getting a partnership, and everything's starting to look up, you know? I mean, things have happened in the past that really messed me up. I mean, in the past month, in February at least, I mean, that was my birthday month, and you would expect, good things to happen to me, but my girlfriend of 4 months broke up with me. My best friend isn't coming to my high school because of some stupid rumor about it. Everything that's just screwed with my mind, it's starting to look up. Everything is getting better. And that's just what happens when you spend this much time just getting to know everybody and making friends. That's the main mission. You got to make friends on this website. And as I said before, if I just had 5 loyal friends, just 5, I wouldn't care any more about my subscriber count than anybody else. So, to all you guys out there that watched this video, spent 45 minutes out of your life watching this video, mad respect to you guys. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.